Center. We're going to get a little more local, but with international flair, because we have a local business leader here who is making leaps and bounds internationally, Latin America in particular. Steve Rosa with Adventures, I believe, should be around the corner because I saw him walk in. We've got huge windows here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Thanks for coming into the studio.
I was waiting for my theme music. There must have been an error back there. So.
Oh, you know what? I didn't get the rider. Did you get the green M&Ms?
No, I didn't. Great to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
In person. Last time I saw you, we were shooting a commercial for Timberland downtown, and Kate mistook me for a model. And I was very flattered until I realized she thought I was a shoe model, a foot model. So I never forgave her for that. So if I sound a little bitter today, you'll know why.
Well, Steve, there's no place you aren't. You're around here. You're in Latin America with a Taiwanese company.
Yes.
And their agency of record. So go local and report. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer over here on the red mark. We're going to let folks know. Made this announcement last week.
Yes.
The agency of record for AOC, a Taiwanese-based company in Latin America. How does a Providence-based, and we're going to go kind of via Miami, I'm sure.
Yep.
We're going to take a little deviation down there because that's played a huge role.
Yes.
But we love these stories about Rhode Island-based companies looking to take over the world.
Well, thank you. I'm a Providence kid. I grew up on Wickenden Street in Fox Point. It wasn't the Fox Point of today. I grew up diagonally across from Manny Almeida's Ringside Lounge with live boxing and fights outside too. And it was a great neighborhood. But what it taught me more than anything else was that there are really only two kinds of people in the world: good ones and bad ones. And you hang with the good ones, and you stay away from the bad ones. So looking at places. In going to new places. I just came from a luncheon with, a government person from Portugal. So I'm not scared to meet new people. So it wasn't scary for a Rhode Island company that I had started to want to venture out to Miami and other parts of the world. I think sometimes in Rhode Island we have it so great here that we don't want to branch out. But I like branching out, but I always love coming home.
You always come back. So when you approach these companies, talk with us how you got to an AOC and how you said, our brand culture and brand communications firm is the firm for you, and here's why. Okay. How do you go from Rhode Island to Taiwan to Latin America and make it all work?
Well, the journey, started with building an office in Miami. Why did we do that? We had lots of clients here, and we try to stay, ahead of them. It's very hard to do because we got great clients, but try to stay ahead of where the world's going. So when we looked at this country and we saw the numbers of Hispanics, growing exponentially, we wanted to branch out and see where we could learn more. And we found that in Miami, you had the wealthiest Hispanics and the poorest Hispanics in the same demographic. So we thought that would be a fabulous place to learn if society is becoming more Hispanic. How do we get it right, the wealthiest, or how can we not blow it and have a bunch of poor people? So because of that, when we went down to Miami, what we didn't realize, we were thinking about our clients up here. But when we went to Miami, we found that it really is the commerce capital of Latin America. Any company, any organization that you'd ever want to work with has their Latin American headquarters in Miami. So we went down there, started making friends. Our biggest obstacle was we had to convince my team here in Rhode Island that we could be taken seriously, to your point, being taken seriously in Miami. So the first year was more about building that collective low self-esteem that we often see in Rhode Island, right? We're not good enough, we're not big enough, bull crap.
You have a list of blue chip clients here that I'm sure you just said, this is our work and the work speaks for itself.
And we did. We went down there with our work, and the first year was about we were in Miami Beach, not for the clients, because that wasn't going to be easy for the type of companies we wanted to work with. We went down there so that our employees here could see how rich, how multi-ethnic Miami was, and how wonderful it is, especially in February and March compared to here.
I hear it is.
But we, so when we went down there, we were lucky enough to be able to see the long-term view. We waited for a couple of years to get our confidence up, and then we went out aggressively and we got some A-list clients. A lot of our clients begin with the letter A, like AOC.
Are you just going through the phone book here? Like, we're just going to pick them off one by one. Next year it's the B's. You're going to be in this for 25 more years.
No, what really helped our confidence, the first client we had to do Latin American work for was HBO Latin America. And as an HBO fan, as long as I can remember, to be able to work with them was pretty great. So when we meet people like AOC, we're helping them, we tell them our approach, we tell them our beliefs, and they're working with us, not just for what we do, but how we do it and who they get to do it with. It's all about people.
Talk with us a little bit about AOC. This was the one that you had the big release for. So you're the agency of record. Tell us about what they do and what you're going to do to help them.
Okay, I'm living the dream. I'm a Fox Point kid working with a Taiwanese company down in Latin America. So basically, advancements in digital technology that we have taken for granted up here, such as digital television and the magic you're witnessing right now.
And this is magic.
This is magic. It is magical. Kate is magical. I'm not.
We just
anyway. But advances have made it. Are coming to Latin America. So with AOC, the leading digital monitor maker in the world, we have a way of bringing inexpensive monitors, computer monitors, tablets, and other things to emerging economies and emerging countries down there, so more people can enjoy the magic of all about
maybe
people.
Somewhere go local down there. You never know. I'm game.
All right.
Count me in.
Well, just don't call it go loco.
We occasionally do here because sometimes things get a little nutty around here. But that's just how we roll. So what's next? I mean, talk with us a little bit. Do you split your time equally between Rhode Island and Miami? How do you balance everything?
It's tough. I haven't given Miami as much of my personal time because where kids were younger. But now that they're older and my oldest is driving, they don't need me as much. So I'm more available to help our Miami team. But we have really great people there that believe in what we do and how we do things. So to be able to go in, there's a lot of misconceptions about Latin America. People have certain things because all they see in the news would be, a tragedy or a government upheaval. So what we do is our approach is to really get to know the humanity in each area they're targeting and then build those relationships and alliances. So for AOC, we took local celebrities that, we went local. And we took local celebrities that everyone can relate to in those individual markets and talk to them, in marketing campaigns and social media campaigns that were relevant and helpful to them. With that, by educating, by sharing, great stories, we've been able to build some good relationships for AOC and other clients we work with down there.
So you must have a really highly specialized CPA.
Yes, we do.
I can imagine there might be just a little red tape. How have you found it to work internationally with everything? Is it seamless? Are there hurdles? What have you found?
If there's one key to my success, it's been hiring people smarter than me. So, and the smartest thing I did was marrying Mary, my wife, who's she basically is fearless when it comes to these things. So she really dives in, uses her MBA, gets every ounce out of it, and figures out things. And if you work with the right partners, the right institutions, you can figure out those things.
You can make it happen, as you said, MBA.
We got some great local CPAs that are very good at what they do, too. We're kind of lucky around here.
Well, you got so many oars in the water. Latin America, Miami, dealing with the Taiwanese company. Steve, what's next?
Oh, we got lots of fun things coming up. I mean, we're growing, which is a blessing. It's always better to have growing pains than shrinking pains, and so we try to stay ahead of all kinds of pain. So what we're doing is we're looking at our growth plans right now. We're hoping to expand. We thought the decision might be easier if Rhode Island was booming and Miami wasn't, but now we have that choice of both the booming at the same time. So where do you parcel out the resources? When we went to Miami, the goal was always for Rhode Island to be the factory, and we'd make the relationships down there and do pieces of it, but it would be assembled. Our campaigns would be assembled here. we're hoping we can keep that going. The talent's here, the passion's here. But what we need to do is, I think we all need to see the world a little bit bigger and be a little braver and, try some new fun, things like
so you're
this.
a little, so you're hubbing and spoking a little bit, like, kind of the hub here and spoking out. And does just, having this, digital media and obviously the immediacy help? I mean, is the world sort of getting smaller, but you make it sound like there's no replacement for that face-to-face.
Yeah, it's still about human, right? And, you have to be human, and I think that's an advantage for Adventures, my firm and my team. I've got an incredible bunch of people. I started off, when we went down the employee path, that I only wanted to spend time, employees, clients, that that I wanted to be around. If it was going to take me away from my family and my life for hours of a day, I wanted to be around good people, and we've been blessed to find many good people out there. And now when you look at the world, the blessing and curse of technology is that if we're not careful, we could get a lot less human. So in an age of, artificial intelligence, we try to be very authentic. We believe digital serves humanity, not the other way around. And so as I believe if we just keep with that philosophy and we keep our humanness and keep remembering that no matter what language they speak or where they're located on the planet, there are certain things that binds us as humans. There are certain human needs and emotions. And if we tap into that and we do our mission statement of solving people and making people, solving problems and making people happy, we can do that anywhere.
You are off to the races. How did you get to be the agency of record? Was there an RFP, or did you have a bunch of dinners and said, "You're my guys"?
No, I think because we don't have that big reputation, not as many people in Taiwan have heard of Providence the way they should have. So I think
they will.
They will.
Oh,
They will after this interview. I'm trending. I'm going.
It's viral right now. Steve's going around the world.
So we are. I think it's one of those things of just we get our foot in the door with passion, and we treat that small project like it's the most important one we've ever done. And then this magic happens when you're surrounded by great people and you're working for great people, and the ideas go back and forth, and before you know it, it becomes this idea type tennis game, and the projects go somewhere you never imagined. And that's what happened with us with AOC. We were doing some projects. There was a personal relationship that was rekindled through our encounter with them. And slowly but surely, they realized they needed more help in regions we could help, and it just made sense to jump in.
And here it is. We got the release last week. I said, this is a great story. You need to get Steve in. As you said, last time I saw you was right here on the street in Waibasa. I don't know if you were actually wearing the Timberlands. I just said, that was that George Clooney over there. Oh, Steve, Rosa. Not that I was terribly disappointed. It's always a pleasure to see you. And again, one of these stories that we just love to bring right to our viewers, here in Providence, but expanding, you're everywhere. So we look forward to the next announcement from Adventures. Don't hesitate to hit us, and we'll have you back here in the studio.
Well, great. I know I'll be there waiting for, and Kate wants to go global.
Go global.
All right, so thank you very
Steve,
much.
Rosa, thank you very much.